Hello guys, this is from Mrs. Abbie. Today I want to share with you what I do when my plants need a little extra sunlight. I will also share with you how to select some sunlight-filled rooms for plants. Before I show you what I do, let me tell you the importance of your indoor plants getting at least some sunlight during the day. As most of you guys know that have been following my channel, most areas in my home are sort of low light. There are a few areas in my home that get some bright sunlight certain times of the day. The area in my home that gets the most sunlight during the day is my living room. At this time, I only have 2 or maybe 3 sunlight-filled rooms for plants, but only one gets sunlight several hours during the day, and that's my living room. So I decided, since it's been cold, rainy, and very cloudy for a while around here, I needed to give my plant babies some more light. So here's what I did. I placed several of my plants in my living room. You know, the room that gets the sunlight during the day. That window you see right there, it gets a lot of sunlight several hours during the daylight. I removed the TV from the entertainment center and put it in another space. So right now, we're not using this living space except for the plants. I call it the plant hospital. Here's why I did this. Although a lot of plants can tolerate low light, adding a little sunlight to their daily care is a good thing. Here's how you can add a little sunlight to your plants when you have them in a low light space. You can do like me and find a room in your home or a space in a room that gets the most sunlight. It doesn't have to get a lot of sunlight, but at least medium sunlight or bright sunlight a few hours a day. If you have limited space in that area that gets the most sunlight, you can put a few plants in that space, rotating them out every few days. For example, you can put 5 or 6, less or more, in the space today and let them stay there for 3 or 4 days, and then put them back in the low light space. Then place 5 or 6 more plants in the sunny space for 3 or 4 days until all of your plants have been in that sunny space. Eventually, all of your plants will get exposed to some sunlight. Here's what the sunlight will do for your indoor plants. 1. Helps dry out the soil after overwatering. You don't ever want your soil to be too soggy, so the sunlight can help dry the soil out quickly, therefore eliminating the possibilities of getting root rot, plant diseases, soil bacteria and fungus, pests, and those dreadful fungus gnats, all from soggy soil. 2. There are 4 things that all plants need. They need water, air, nutrients, and sunlight. So you see, sunlight is needed. 3. Plants need food. The good news is they can make their own food. The sunlight helps with photosynthesis. Sunlight energizes the plant enough to help it make its own food so there is no need to feed a plant. 4. Placing your plants in a sunny room can help eliminate a lot of pests or can prevent some plants from getting diseases, fungus, and bacteria on the soil, fungus gnats, plus a lot of other pests that can attack your plants. Here's how you can place the plants in the sunny room. Space the plants. Try not to let the plants touch each other. Try to put similar care plants together in the sunlight room. That will make it much easier to care for them while in that space. Don't place directly in front of a window that's getting direct sunlight. The leaves of the plant will burn. You don't want that to happen. If the entire room gets a lot of direct sunlight, then use sheer curtains to cover the entire window and let the sunlight come through the sheer curtains. You could also use blinds and open them up, directing the sunlight away from the plants. Keep a check on any plant that you have in a sunny room. They are going to dry out faster due to the sunlight, so they might need to be watered more often than they do while in the low light area. I check mine every day. I make it my morning routine to check all my plants. I did a video where I shared my morning routines on how I care for my plants. A link to that video will be in the description if you want to watch it. I think it is time for me to do another morning plant routine video. My routine hasn't changed much, but I might have added a few things, or maybe there's things I no longer do. But overall, it's the same as before. Now, let me show you how I water all these plants while in this sunny room. While I film this, my hubby volunteered to do the watering. When it comes to watering methods of my plant, he has a different watering method than I do. He uses the same watering method for all plants, whereas I water each plant according to the care need of the plant. I know the needs of each one of my plants, and I water each one according to that individual plant's need. There are some plants that need less water than others, so I water according to the need of each plant, whereas he just gives them all the same amount of water. He doesn't baby the plants like I do either. He waters them all, then he goes back and drains them once. I, on the other hand, pick them up, let them drain well, empty the saucer, then I pick them up again and let them drain again while they are still in my hands. When I finish draining the plants, there will be no more water coming from the drainage hose and the plants will not be soggy wet. I also have a journal with me when I'm watering my plants, whereas he doesn't. He usually trims and prunes the plants before he waters each plant, whereas I examine the plant, then jot down any problems with the plant. If the plant needs watering, I jot it down. If it has brown leaves that needs to be trimmed, I jot that down too. And I jot down any other maintenance each plant needs. Then I take my journal and go back to the plant that needs care and I take care of it. He does check each plant to see if it needs to be watered before watering, and that's a good thing. So you see, there's really no certain way you should take care of your plants. My plants are very healthy whether he's caring for them or if I'm caring for them. But I mostly 90% of the time take care of them. No matter who's caring for your plants, the issue is to one, never overwater them or underwater them. Two, let the plants drain after each watering. Three, never let them sit in water unless you are bottom watering them. Four, give them the proper amount of nutrients, sunlight, and air. And finally, five, immediately take care of any disease, fungus, bacteria, or pest problems the plant may be experiencing. Everything else about them will take care of itself. After my hubby finished trimming, watering, and draining the plants, he cleaned up and very nicely arranged the plants in the living room where they will be living for a while to get some much needed sunlight. Here's him arranging the plants. Then you will see how the room looks once he finished arranging the plants. Enjoy watching. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.